Greetings, YouTube. This is Fragments of Memory, aka the Armchair Philosopher. And I saw this video by a Himaten Nins or Niece, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. And she talked about not getting rid of your current business for some new business, i.e., let's say you're in a committed relationship. Don't think that this new flashy person that's coming across your path is going to be any better for you. In fact, the song "Cheaper to Keep Her" sort of reflects in my mind. And I don't want to necessarily direct my attention to every single point she made because she does love to spin her yarns and give cute little anecdotes and things of that nature. But one point she made was that in our society we seem to live in a disposable culture. We tend to live in a culture where if it's stop if this person isn't bringing me instant pleasure and instant, and I'm not necessarily talking sexually, I just mean just instant pleasure, instant joy. If things aren't exciting for me, I'm going to go find the new exciting thing, even though that new exciting thing may not necessarily be good for me. And one of the examples she used was talking about a young lady that was seeing a guy, and the guy was good to her, did all the right things, said all the right things, and she couldn't even give this brother a glass of water. But she bet it. She was like, I bet you if the other ignorant, dude you decided to mess around with him on or creep around on him with asked you for that, you'd be ready to give it to him. She even went as far to say that these so-called low-down Negroes, so to speak, the lady is ironing his clothes for him, his work clothes for him, while the decent guy who's putting food on the table, paying the rent, and doing all of this can't even get a glass of water. So it just amazed me at how we will cast aside someone who's faithful and reliable. And then we'll give all our love and attention and devotion to someone or something that isn't good for us. And we'll be the first ones to scream, why won't that other person do me right? Why won't this other person do me right? And I find that, I guess the saying is true, that forbidden fruit is always sweeter. Where we don't like the things that are good for us. We tend to want the things that are bad for us, i.e., I want the dessert, I want the cheesecakes and the German chocolate cakes. I don't want the actual dinner that's going to nourish me. And then we live in a culture where everything is disposable. So even people have become disposable. So people are now just, you know what? You've outlived your usefulness, and I dispose of you. Just like if I had a disposable bottle of water or a disposable napkin or whatever the case might be. Instead of, oh, when things are getting a little rough with this person, let's smooth it out. Let's work things out. Let's try to repair things. Let's quit trying to buy everything new. Let's try to repair what we have. And I say it to myself before I say it to anyone out listening to my vids, because I know I've been guilty of that in my own personal life, where something breaks down and I want to get something new. And of course, this is being an inanimate object. And in some cases, this has dealt with people. You know what? This person doesn't bring that spark and that excitement to me like they used to. Let me seek out some new experience, some new thing. And I think the best thing to do would be to keep it new with the one you're with and quit trying to like seek out and look for other things. Yes, dissatisfaction is part of the human condition, and in some ways, it doesn't hurt to be a little dissatisfied. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying go out here and mess with the person that ain't worth two dead flies. But I am gonna say, just dissatisfaction is good in the sense that it keeps us moving, it keeps us progressing, it keeps us trying to make life better and adjust things. So I really just liked how her video in its very simplistic way, and I don't mean that negatively, of course, that people are so concerned about the big and the flashy, and our culture is based upon that. So now when we get somewhere where it's like, hey, let's take what we already have and let's make it work. Even Chris Rock talked about taking that old nookie and recycling into new nookie. If you don't keep it new, it's through. So I can see where this sister was coming from on this video. There I am, just throwing in my 2 cents. Take care. Peace.